Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Oh my god. What? The Timberwolves won the lottery, okay. The Warriors got second, okay. Those two aren't surprising. But Hornets Nation and Bulls Nation, stand up because you guys have just done something amazing. You guys can do something amazing now. Like, the Hornets finally have something to be happy about. Besides Devontae Graham averaging 18 on a horrible shooting and PJ Washington actually being decent. But other than that, you have something to be happy about. Wow, that's incredible. And as for the Bulls, yeah. I heard Ben Simmons trade rumor, and like even before that rumor was coming out, I thought to myself, if the Bulls win the lottery or get a top pick, package it with either Zach LaVine or Lauri Markkanen and flip it for Ben Simmons. Like, do that. But in this video, I'm going to be going over my mock draft, post-lottery mock draft. This is going to be one of the first ones on YouTube, and that's because I was able to quickly get this really good picture of the lottery on my screen. And yeah, I have this is going to be a very quick lottery mock draft because it's like, I think, like 3 or 4 minutes after the lottery. That's when I'm recording this. So yeah, let's get started with the number. Also, a lot of these teams I think should trade these picks. I'll go over potential trades, but for this video, I'm going to do it without trades, and it's just going to be if the teams stay at that pick. So with the number 1 pick, yeah, the Timberwolves, they got, I think, their 3rd number 1 pick in team history. Well, actually, technically, it's their 2nd, because the Cavs technically drafted Wiggins, but yeah, anyways. Yeah, so the Timberwolves, I have them taking Anthony Edwards, but don't be surprised if they package this pick along with Jarrett Culver to trade for Devin Booker. And I know Suns fans hate to hear that, but hear me out. So, like, we all know that the Timberwolves were going after Devin Booker because they already have his 2 best friends, D'Angelo Russell and Karl Anthony Towns. And, like, the only thing that was stopping them from trading for Devin Booker is he didn't demand a trade yet, and they didn't have enough, like, we didn't know if they had enough assets. But now they have the number 1 overall pick, as well as a very young, like, player in Jarrett Culver who has a ton of potential. And even if that's not enough, they have Malik Beasley, who, before the shutdown was playing incredible. So if you package... So I assume you can make a trade package for him now. Like, even though the Suns went 8-0, I think Booker might still demand a trade because they have a bright future, but now he has a very clear path to play with his 2 best friends, and they already said that they wanted to play together. So yeah. But in this mock draft, I have the Timberwolves going Anthony Edwards number 1, but don't be surprised if they flip this pick along with Jarrett Culver for Devin Booker. And number 2, the Warriors got the number 2 pick, and yeah, I know people were saying, actually during the, right before the lottery, Adrian Wojnarowski came on, to the lottery show, and he said that he was talking with Warriors GM Bob Myers, and Bob Myers apparently wants to trade the pick for another all-star level player to help this team get back into contention. So first I'll go over the trades, then I'll go over who I have them picking. So as for trades, I think some of the trades they could make are for Rudy Gobert, potentially Joel Embiid if he demands a trade, Ben Simmons, because I think Ben Simmons with Steph Curry and Klay Thompson would be absolutely incredible. And maybe Giannis, but I don't know. So, yeah. But in this mock draft, I have them selecting James Wiseman. And, yeah, with Anthony Edwards off the board, which, it was rumored that they would take him even though the fit would be iffy, I think they go James Wiseman at number 2. With the 3rd pick in the 2020 NBA draft, I have the Hornets selecting LaMelo Ball. I know Devontae Graham was really good and Terry Rozier was also really good. But I think Devontae Graham is like a spark plug kind of guy. And having a spark plug like Devontae Graham off the bench would be really good. And as for Terry Rozier, like, I don't know what you do with him at that point. He played really good this season. Like, he was actually somewhat efficient and he averaged 18 points per game. So he was better than what people gave him credit for. But, yeah, I don't know what you do with him at that point. But I think even though they already have two guards, this is pretty much a no-brainer pick. Because, like, I know there were some rumors of, like, Obi Toppin or I think Onyeka Okongwu would be perfect for this team. But I don't think you let LaMelo Ball, like, fall past the third pick. And because of that, I have the Hornets take LaMelo Ball. He will add a ton of excitement to this team, which they really need after losing Kemba Walker. With the 4th overall pick, like I said, if you can flip it for Ben Simmons, flip it for Ben Simmons. It doesn't matter if you have to give up Zach LaVine or Lauri Markkanen in that deal. Yeah, so first they fired Jim Boylan, now they get this lottery luck. Yeah, that's crazy, and yeah, I'm really happy for the Bulls. So if me personally, if I was the Bulls, I would try to trade for Ben Simmons, but if I can't take a trade, this is a no-brainer pick in my eyes. Take Isaac Okoro. He is a lockdown defender at the shooting guard or small forward position. For the Bulls, he'd probably put him at small forward because you have Zach LaVine. But yeah, this is a no-brainer pick. Select Isaac Okoro. And now, with the 5th pick, the Cleveland Cavaliers, I have them selecting Denny Avdija. They don't really have a set small forward. I know Andre Drummond and Kevin Love and Larry Nance Jr. and Tristan Thompson. I know all of those guys, like, they're old and you don't really want to build it around them, but you can't have, like, 3 of them coming off the bench. You already have 2 of them coming off the bench. But have 3 of them coming off the bench? No. And, yeah, like, they really don't have a good small forward to build for in the future. And Denny Avdija would, like, really add a ton of excitement to this team. I know there was a Ben Simmons trade rumor going around. So, yeah, if they select Denny, so they could trade this pick or, select Denny if, as for this mock draft, so to select Denny. Sorry if I was repeating my words a lot. Anyways, so the top 5 so far is Anthony Edwards, 1 to the Timberwolves, James Wiseman, 2 to the Warriors, LaMelo Ball, 3 to the Hornets, Isaac Okoro, 4 to the Bulls, and Denny Avdija, 5 to the Cavs. It is a sad day for Hawks fans because they fell to the 6th pick. I know falling 2 spots isn't that bad, but, like, they definitely wanted Anthony Edwards. He could have been their hometown hero. He fit their positional needs a lot. And if they didn't get Anthony Edwards, if they at least stayed at 4, they would have gotten they could have taken Isaac Okoro, who would fit in perfectly with this team who lacks a lot of defense. And because of that, so I don't have them taking Obi Toppin, Obi Toppin is slipping a bit on my board, but because of the positional fits, I don't think that you can put Obi Toppin on the Hawks, because I don't know if you can run the small forward position, and then they'd really have a hole at shooting guard, because I don't think Kevin Huerter is that good just yet. So because of that, I have them taking Tyrese Halliburton and putting him at the shooting guard position. Halliburton is a bit more polished than the other guards in this class, and since he's 6'5", he can definitely run the shooting guard position. He is like a high floor, low ceiling player, in my opinion, and because of that, I think he'll fit in well with Trae Young, as he'll be a bit more polished and probably a bit better on defense than any of the other players they could select at this position. With the 7th pick, I have the Detroit Pistons selecting Obi Toppin, and I was considering Cole Anthony, but letting Obi Toppin fall any lower would just be disrespectful, and like even at 7, that's probably a steal compared to most other mock drafts. So yeah, I have the Pistons selecting Obi Toppin at 7, and I know they already have 2 power forwards, but like he has enough athleticism where I think he could maybe run the small forward, or you could put Christian Wood at center. I know Blake Griffin is also pretty good, but like, yeah, but Blake Griffin, like, they're going into a full rebuild, so I don't think Blake Griffin should really stop them from drafting one of their potential franchise players. And with the 8th pick, I have the New York Knicks selecting Cole Anthony, and yeah, Knicks fans are really sad that they don't get LaMelo Ball, but everyone knew that if they didn't get LaMelo Ball, they were going to aggressively go after Cole Anthony, and yeah, that's what I have them doing in with this pick. And now that I think about it, if the Timberwolves don't really want to select Anthony Edwards with the number 1 pick because they really like Malik Beasley, and if they can't get a trade for Devin Booker, maybe they could trade the number 1 pick in a package surrounding Julius Randle, this 8th pick, and like probably another pick or another one of their young players. So what that does is it gives the Knicks LaMelo Ball, who it seems like they want to draft a lot, but like the fans. But actually, I don't know if that would actually happen because Jay Williams, who's working for ESPN, is right now in New York. And before the draft lottery, he was on the show with Rachel Nichols, and he said that he got to talk with a lot of people in the New York Knicks organization, and they said that like they don't really know who they want to draft if they get the number 1 pick, because like even though LaMelo Ball seems obvious, they don't know how his fit would work with Tom Thibodeau, who's their new coach, or RJ Barrett, because of the potential shooting problems. But I don't know. I was just throwing something out there. Obviously, Julius Randle's not worth the number 1 pick, but if you throw in a bunch of other assets, it could maybe be like another trade if they don't want either Anthony Edwards or they can't get Devin Booker. Yeah. So, anyways, I have the Knicks selecting Cole Anthony because they really want a flashy point guard to like bring a lot of excitement to this team. So yeah, Cole Anthony is like the second most flashy point guard, or he looks the second most flashy in this class, and he's really good offensively, which the Knicks need, and also he is a very good 3-point shooter, and yeah, that would help RJ Barrett play a lot better, because RJ Barrett really needs shooters around him to be good. And with the 9th pick, I have the Washington Wizards selecting Onyeka Okongwu. So, Okongwu, I think, would be a perfect fit on either the Hornets or the Wizards. And since the Hornets are at number 3, it would probably be a reach to take him there. So I have the Wizards taking Okongwu. And at least on defense, Okongwu is a ultra versatile 6'9" big man. He is even though he's only 6'9", he is he is strong enough and athletic enough to guard the biggest of centers. But he's also with that athleticism, he's also quick enough on his feet to guard the smallest of guards. And defensively, he's like Bam Adebayo. And offensively, if the Wizards can help progress him well, he would be a great fit on the Wizards, because last year their biggest problem was defense, and he is arguably the best defender in this draft. And with the 10th pick, I have the Suns selecting Killian Hayes. If they landed the number 1 pick, I think they would probably trade, because I don't like the fit of LaMelo Ball next to Devin Booker, at least defensively, but I guess Mikal Bridges might have been able to help that. But I don't know. But Killian Hayes, he's a great passer, and he has a very high ceiling, at least compared to the other players in this draft. But he also has potential to be a bust. But yeah, I me personally, I like Killian Hayes' fit a lot next to Devin Booker. He's a 6'5" point guard, and he looks like he could be pretty good he has potential on defense, and he looks like he can be great on offense as well. So I think he'll be a great fit next to Devin Booker. But these, and if they actually, so no matter what, I don't think the Suns will trade this pick. But if Devin Booker demands a trade and they receive that number 1 pick, they trade him for the number 1 pick, then I think they might be able to get Jarrett Culver or Malik Beasley in that trade too. So then you can pair Killian Hayes with and Anthony Edwards if they make that trade with either Malik Beasley or Jarrett Culver, and yeah, that would be a really nice foundation to redo this rebuild, because but Devin Booker is probably a bit more happy now since they went 8-0 in the bubble. Either way, I think Killian Hayes is definitely should definitely go number 10 to the Suns if no one selects him before that. And with the 11th pick, I have the San Antonio Spurs selecting Aaron Nesmith. Aaron Nesmith is considered by many the best shooter in this draft. And yeah, he's a lights out shooter. He's a very good shooter. And he's also plays the small forward position, which will help their young core because they have their guards in Derek White and DeJounte Murray. As Lonnie Walker also looks like he can be something, maybe. Keldon Johnson also looks pretty good. And Aaron Nesmith will just be another piece to add to that core. With the 12th pick, I have the Sacramento Kings selecting Devin Vassell. So I think the Kings really want Isaac Okoro in this draft because he'll be a great piece alongside De'Aaron Fox and Buddy Hield or Bogdanovich, whoever they want to put at the 2. And even if they trade Buddy Hield, one of the people they might trade him for is Karis LeVert, and either way he would alongside any shooting guard that they get, because he looks like a great 3-and-D player, and and that's basically what the Kings were going to get in Isaac Okoro if they landed him. And yeah, I really like the fit of Okoro and the Kings, but if they can't get, and since they're probably not going to get Okoro at number 12, in my opinion, because a lot of teams need 3-and-D players above them, I think they will take Devin Vassell with the 12th pick in this mock draft. With the 13th pick, the New Orleans Pelicans select Tyrese Maxey. And for the Pelicans, they have a really nice young player at pretty much every position. I know Lonzo has had some up and downs, but overall, he is still a nice point guard to put alongside Brandon Ingram, who they have at the 3, Zion, who they have at the 4, and Jackson Hayes, who they have at the 5, and was actually pretty good in his rookie season. And especially, he was a nice rim runner on both sides of the ball. And I know Drew Holiday is one of their top 3 players, arguably their best. Me personally, I take Ingram and Zion over him, but I have him as the 3rd best player on the Pelicans. But he is getting up there in age, and he doesn't really fit the timetable with the other players. So because of that, I have them taking Tyrese Maxey, who will I think can fill that shooting guard position, even though he's only 6'3". Lonzo could guard the shooting guard and he will guard the point guard, but I think he could. He's very energetic on both sides of the ball, and I think he'll be a good scorer as well as a good defender, and will hopefully complete this Pelicans young core. And with the 14th pick, we have my favorite team, the Boston Celtics, picking via Memphis. And everyone knows the biggest problem with the Boston Celtics is their inside defense. And because of that, I have them taking this player might be I have them taking Precious Achua. Yeah, that's definitely a reach of a pick, but because like his offense isn't that polished, but on defense, oh my god, he is an absolute monster. He's 6'9". He has all the versatility that I mentioned for Okongwu, but he's like, there's this term called a Swiss Army knife that is used to describe players that, at least defensively, can play the small forward, power forward, or center. Super versatile. His athleticism is through the roof, and he's an incredible shot blocker. He can very easily switch onto the perimeter, and if the Celtics don't trade this pick, which I think there's a high chance that they will, I think they should 100% select Precious Achiuwa and hopefully develop him, because he is definitely a project player. But I think the Celtics development staff can really use that athleticism to the team's advantage and help Achiuwa become a future Defensive Player of the Year candidate. So yeah, that was my 2020 post-lottery mock draft. This was recorded a few minutes after the lottery, and if you guys disagree, comment down below what you disagree with and why. And also, this was only the lottery, so if you want to see the rest of my mock draft with the picks that are after the lottery picks, then also comment that down below. And also comment down below what you think I should do for my next video. And if you aren't already, be sure you have subscribed, hit the notification bell, like the video, and yeah, that's it for the video. So, bye!